Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. I'm so glad you've decided to join me to learn how to crochet. I love crocheting, obviously, and I'm sure you will too. So let's get into it, shall we? So, this video I'm going to teach you how to do a double crochet. This is probably the most common and easiest stitches to learn. And yeah, you'll probably use it in all your projects. Now, here in the UK we call this double crochet. If we're in the US it's called single. I'm going to be referring to this as double crochet because, well, I'm in the UK. So we're going to start off with a slip knot. I taught you guys how to do this last time. If you forgot or can't remember, that means the same thing. But anyway, you could go back and watch, because this is how you start any crochet project. So after you've done your slip knot, we're going to chain 5. So make a chain 1, start counting. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think I said let's chain 5. I meant chain 10. So let's chain 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here we have a chain of 10.
Okay, so we have just made our chains, our foundation chain. This is where we're going to be putting our stitches in. So before I do the stitch and show you how to do it, you need to know where to put it. So let me just get my camera to focus. Focus please, thank you. So you see these V's going along down that make the chain? That is, every V is a single stitch, and at the back there are these bumps. That's just the back bumps of the stitch. We want the V's to be facing us for us to work in them. Now, how we're gonna do this is we're gonna insert our hook in this part of the V. See where I'm putting the hook in? Right there. Let me show you again really quickly. So there's all these V's, and in this bit here, we insert our hook. And this is where we begin to make our stitch. So how to make the stitch, you yarn over, pull through. Now we have 2 loops on the hook. Now we yarn over and pull through both loops. And that, my friends, is your first double crochet. So now we just repeat this, and remember, don't go into this one, we've already been into this stitch. We go in this one here. Hopefully you can see that alright. I'm recording on my phone, so I'll get better equipment in the future. So you see that in that one, not the one we've already been in. So you yarn over and pull through. If your loops are really tight, gently tug on the hook to loosen them a bit. Yarn over and pull through. And we just keep repeating this all the way to the end. So not in this one here, in this next one. So hook in, yarn over, 2 loops, yarn over, pull through. And you're going to keep on working this all the way to the end. So I'm just going to do that quickly and meet you guys back here.
Okay, I've just worked to the end and you can see these are all my stitches. This is what yours should look like. Now, if we want to build up on this, we simply chain 1 and turn, just like a book. And now we work into these, so a bit like the chain. So I'll hold this closer. We don't go into this one.
Hello, I'm sorry to interrupt this lovely video you're watching, but I have made a slight error and I'm just going to correct that with you quickly. So in the video I said chain 1 and we're at this point. And then I also said don't go in this one, don't make a stitch in this one. You're actually meant to do a stitch in this one here. So just thought I should clear that up with you. So you make a stitch in this one, and you make a stitch in the next one, and so on. So yeah, thought I should just clear that up really quickly.
We go into this stitch here, and if I just turn it this way, you can see those V's again. So into this one right here, and we do as we did before, yarn over, pull through. Into this next one here, yarn over and pull through, and you keep on going to the end, and then when you get to the end you chain one and turn, so you're always working to the left. As you can see here, I've just reached the end again, so I'm going to chain one and turn, and now I work into these. Now just a quick note, because I remember learning how to do this very stitch and always struggling on where to put the hook. Now it's mainly just practice and eventually you'll just kind of get the hang of it. You'll know what the stitches look like and where to put them, because I can just look at this and go, oh yeah, it goes in there. So yeah, it just comes with practice and remembering. You can see little holes like that where you put the hook in. What some of you might have probably have done is gone in there. If you go in there, that's something called increasing. That's just another method. It's not stitches, like another method where you add more stitches. And although we do increase in crochet, obviously if you're doing it now, that's unintentional. We don't want that. That's no big deal. It just means you're adding more stitches. So when you chain one and turn, there'll be more stitches, and it will start growing bigger. As you're practicing, it's no big deal, but you wouldn't want to do that accidentally. So just keep practicing. Use this acrylic yarn or some thick acrylic yarn, because it's really easy. Like you can see those stitches there. And remember to go through both loops. Now it's not the end of the world if you only go through the front or the back loop. What I mean by that is some of you might accidentally go through the front loop like that. Now if I do that, it'll just make it look a bit different, and you don't really want that. You'd want to go through both loops just like that. So I'm going to keep on building this up, and yeah, come back to you when I've built this up more. Some really quick things I want to tell you about, which will help some of you lot. When you get to this bit, there's still a stitch here. This stitch is a lot less visible. Some of you might have missed it, and if you miss it, then instead of looking square, your project kind of gets smaller and smaller. So if that's been happening to you, that's why you've missed this stitch here. And yeah, now that's fully done. So at the end there is a small stitch you have to go in. And also, so chain one and turn. When I was saying before, you missed the first one, that's only for the foundation. Like right now, you go in this one here. Just like that. You only miss the first one on the foundation. After you've made the chain one and turn, you go in every stitch. Now I've made this as big as I want it to be, I'm going to fasten off. So you do this by chaining one and just pulling. Now after this we can snip the yarn. Oh, or chuck the scissors apparently. Don't know what happened there. And pull through. And then this will create a knot. And that is your finished double crochet piece. Now with these ends, I like to sew in these ends. You could just leave them out. You know how to do the stitch, and that's what really matters. but just for presentation purposes, I am going to weave these in. I'll show you how just really quickly. So you just quite simply put it in a needle and just weave in. Now it doesn't matter what stitches they go in. Yeah, it doesn't matter as long as they're just in a stitch. Gently weave in and out. Why is that not focused? There we go. Gently weave in and out a couple of times. Can my camera focus, please? Thank you. Just like that. And after I've weaved it, I can cut the yarn. And there you go. And then you do this with the other side. And then those are your weaved in ends. I didn't cut that properly. There you go. And there you have it, folks, your first double crochet stitches. I hope that was easy to follow and very fun to make. Next video we'll be learning half treble stitches, so a bit like this, but it'll be a bit bigger and more to do. If you have any questions, then please feel free to ask them in the comments. I'll be sure to answer all the questions you guys may have. All of my supplies I use will be linked in the description, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.